A lot of fast-moving developments in the push to impeach President Trump.
Okay.
But Joe mentioned the polls. A new Quinnipiac poll is just the latest to show the majority of Americans now support impeachment, 53%. This follows yesterday's Washington Post poll, of which found 58% of Americans support the House probe, a 21-point increase since July. Yeesh. That's a big jump, Joe.
Yeah, it really is. And, you know, Willie, we show polls and everybody around the table has to go, well, this doesn't really matter. And, oh, the election's still a long way off. I will say no polls matter more than these impeachment polls. You actually see members of even the Republican Senate start to move, saying a word here or there when the numbers jump up. And Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats in the House have breathing room. Nobody can say it's a political witch hunt when 55, 56, 57, 58% of Americans actually support that impeachment inquiry. Or if they do call it a witch hunt, it actually just hurts them even more, because the majority of Americans want to see this impeachment inquiry move forward on Donald Trump.
Yeah, I mean, a majority in almost every one of those polls wants to see it go forward. And you got to the key in why the polls matter, because that's when you start to see movement inside the United States Congress. All these senators and congressmen and women who've been silent, puzzlingly silent over the last several weeks and months, if it gets to the point in their state or their district where their voters, the people who can re-elect them or not re-elect them, have moved on it, that's when they move. It's not exactly profiles and courage, but that is the way it works. And if those polls move, so too will some of the Republicans.
And President Trump was saying the other day, we'll show this later, I saw my poll numbers went up. And it was like, for impeachment, Donald. They're talking about impeaching you, but he doesn't watch.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.